Aesthetics are losing their meaning. That's the topic for this video. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you take a look around, and especially on TikTok, because, well, where else would this nonsense be at? You'll be seeing that there's content creators on there that make all of these nonsense aesthetics that it just makes you want to freaking just shake your head. Okay, I mean, we've got the stuff where, like, where do I begin? We've got we've got the stuff where, you know, old houses are getting modernized to the point where literally, oh, it's just out with the old, in with the new, being taken way too far. And, you know, and, you know, you'll see all those before pictures where there'll be like those very vibrant colors in certain areas of the home or even on the outside, and then bam, it gets remodeled, and all of a sudden it's like that same house just completely loses its character. You know, from other YouTubers that I've watched, you know, that react to TikToks, as I'm somebody that does not have a TikTok account and never will. You know, I have observed so many of these people that they change stuff up, and they don't even necessarily have to. So, you know, it's just like, I'll be thinking, like, what the hell's the point? I mean, there's people even going so far as to remove spiral staircases in place for just, you know, your standard staircase. I mean, come on, really? Oh, just to match the aesthetic. Come on, people. Really? And there's something, you know, and I do want to mention what's called sad beige moms. Okay? Some of you may have heard of that stuff. That's a trend or whatever. Some of you may not. For those who may not know, basically there's a whole bunch of moms out there on the good old world of Toxic Talk that wind up basically just making their home nothing but this super bland, like, you know, just beige and grays and whites, and they just do that for the entirety of their house. Now, that's not to say it can't look good, because I do feel like there are instances that can. But when you just make everything just, you know, just this dull and just lifeless look, and on top of that, putting that aesthetic in your kid's room, because, you know, oh, well, hey, this matches my aesthetic for my home. I mean, come on now. Seriously. You know, you got, I mean, and then there's some of them even going so far as to freaking spray paint their kids' toys just to match the aesthetic of their home. Come on, people. Like, are y'all like that freaking like stupid and lifeless? Or I mean, I don't know like what to even say, because I mean, if I call them idiots at this point, I might even be complimenting them. I mean, it's like freaking that bad. I mean, you want to have that stuff for the rest of your home, whatever, you know. But, I mean, add some sort of character, you know? Like, add some stickers to the walls, or, you know, like freaking get some posters up at least. You know, get Do something. Okay? I mean, I'm dead serious when I'm saying this. You know, even goth people who, unfortunately some of them do get unfairly judged for supposedly, their lack of character and colors or whatnot. Even they freaking have, and I'm giving them credit where it's due here. Even they freaking have better aesthetics than that crap with freaking sad beige moms. And on top of the fact that there's also teachers out there doing that with their freaking whole classrooms. Seriously. I mean, now it's bad enough where the kids are dealing with that crap at home, where just everything's so bland and lifeless. And nope, you can't even escape from it at school too. I mean, and then there'll be like the pastel colors, just for them to say, oh yeah, we got colors. Yeah, that's freaking like bland stuff. I mean, come on now. I mean, shoot. Even you can see in my background right now where I have this shelf and you see a green Apple logo. All right. And then even for my refrigerator right here, I actually have two Apple logos. I got one green on the side there, and then I got a red one on the front. Now, yes, I am a pretty big Apple person, by the way. But, and then also, heck, I mean, I got multicolored freaking clips. There's even one I actually have right here on my table, too. So, just kind of figured I'd just show that there. Like for somebody like me, I mean, I enjoy having variety of colors on stuff and being able to add on to things. Heck, my PlayStation 3 Slim that I just got right around the middle of December. Now, I kind of have a funny story when it comes to that, because I was supposed to get a white Super Slim, 500 gigabytes, but instead I wound up getting a black 500 gigabyte Slim, which I had no idea if those existed. But anyway, I kind of figured, I mean, at some point I was going to get a Slim as part of the console collection. So what I decided to do is like, okay, well, because of this, and the console wound up working anyway, I said, okay, you know what? The Slim was going to be put in my living room regardless. I was going to have a Super Slim for my bedroom. But because I got a Slim instead of a Super Slim first, I was like, okay, well, I had this on my mind for a very long time with adding a gold skin to it, which that's exactly what I did, So, I mean, there's always, like I do like to be a little colorful and stuff. And yeah, I have my moments too with certain stuff being, more bland looking colors. But I also like to have, I think that it's okay to also have, some contrast in there. And what I bring up, what I like to bring up with goth style type of stuff is that is something that I've seen. Even though a lot of stuff is mostly black and white, it's like how they implement their aesthetics. They'll have some of the freaking coolest looking stuff out there. And even then, there's still a little bit of color here and there. But, there's ways that you can implement even some of those blander, duller colors and still make stuff look good. And then still add a little bit of something with some vibrant color to the side, when it comes to these sad beige moms, their counter argument, saying, people will say, well, your kids are not going to learn anything with color. They're going to be behind and stuff. On that matter, they counteract and say, well, too much color can overstimulate kids. Really? Yeah, but then you wind up turning around and overstimulating your kids with freaking iPads at like 2 years old and having a flagship iPhone, giving that stuff to them at 5. Okay, yeah, make it make sense. Now, I could go down this rabbit hole with a whole bunch of other stuff, but that's going to be for a whole other type of video. That will be regarding stuff with herd mentality. So, buckle up for whenever I make a video on that. Because I'll tell you what, when you really think about it, a lot of those people are quite predictable that kind of fall under that. But anyway, what? It's like at the end of the day, what can we do to make aesthetics kind of gain back their meaning? Well, tell you what, first off, don't support any of these clowns that, are all about just this freaking super bland stuff every single place. And secondly, if you're going to do that, at least, just make sure at the bare minimum that you allow your kids to have some color in their room too. Okay? For the teachers out there, don't be a part of this trend. Okay? Be a part of the solution. Everybody, no matter what issue it is, be a part of the solution and not a part of the problem. That's what we all need to do here. So, that doesn't mean, everything has to be all sunshine and rainbows, okay? I'm not saying that. But we need to do things to where we can't just keep heading into this dull and lifeless world that things are kind of headed. And the way I want to end this video here is a saying that I remember my art class. I believe I was senior year, and this one saying goes, "Earth without art is eh."